Stay focused.
All right, ask the
Look at
question.
ball.
So,
Wait.
when did you guys meet? Mom first. Mom, you go first.
This way. There you go. Look at the ball.
Where did I meet him?
Yep.
I don't remember exactly. We
Quiet.
lived on the same.
We were 3 years old.
Very 3 years. I doubt it.
3 years old. We were crawling.
No.
20th Street.
Let's see. There were so many kids that we grew up with lived on 21st and mostly 21st. But there was a barrio from 25th Street, which was called
Pachuco.
what was it called? High Heel? No. It was called, I forget. But anyways, we must have been before. We all grew up there, so it must have been maybe 6, 7, 8 years old.
Yeah.
I lived on 21st till I was 9 years old. So
21st Street.
21st.
Dad, what street were you on growing up? You remember?
I was small and I know, a donkey
Oh,
horse.
strike one.
Un burro.
In Mexico or here?
Mexico.
Okay. How about when you got here?
I was trying to swim over, but I couldn't.
Come on, now he's gonna try to be funny.
Yeah.
But
Where? Did,
my parents, they wanted a better life. That's it.
but where in Santa Monica do you remember staying at?
Good
Over
job.
there on 21st Street in Santa Monica.
They remember that on 21st Street, huh?
Yeah, we lived on 21st. I lived on 21st, and I lived at 1729 21st Street, and he lived down the street
When you go up,
on the back house, not in the front. The front house belonged to his aunt, so
okay?
when they first came to Mexico, they were living in a little house near the alleyway, between 21st
This
and
elbow up.
22nd.
This elbow
Okay.
up. There you go.
That's when.
Look at the
Dad.
ball.
That's when.
And there was a place called El Dompe,
Strike
the
one.
dump.
Oh, yeah.
Dump?
Good job.
A dump, eh? Yeah, a dump there, huh?
Yeah. You know, we were so
Remember,
poor
Reset.
that we knew when we saw the big truck
Billy.
coming
Billy.
going uphill on Michigan,
Find something to do.
we knew he was going to the city dump. You know,
Okay.
we were going to the city dump, so
your
all the
elbow
kids
up.
in the neighborhood,
Open
if
your
we
legs.
weren't at school, we were
There you
out
go.
there playing whatever we
Bounce.
had to play with.
Look at the ball.
And everybody would run up. Not everybody, but all the kids
Good job.
were aware of the truck coming and
Keep
dumping
trying to
everything they
hit the
had
ball,
at
okay?
the city
Just
dump,
the ball.
which was on Colorado. No, Frank's.
Woo!
And then they
That was
all
a
would
base
go up there
hit.
and see the truck empty all its contents, and then they all there. We were mainly looking for roller skates.
Roller skates.
Lots to roller skate. 'Cause we used to roller skate a lot because Michigan was a big hill going down, starting at 22nd Street
Yeah.
and ending on 20th. And you had to be aware because all the traffic was coming. So we used to go there a lot.
Dad, who do you remember some of your most childhood friends? Who do you remember? Childhood friends.
Hey. Okay. Bowling. And they were different than that. All right. Look at the ball.
I think I remember more of his childhood friends than he does. How about Ramon? Diet, Talent, Spanish is Diet. Who else did
Yeah.
you go to school
Yeah.
with? There was a lot of your black friends that
We went to Garfield.
Yeah.
Huh?
Garfield.
What?
The most important person for me in my life at that time was a doctor,
Reset.
a teacher, a black teacher, Alfred Quinn.
Mr. Quinn.
Mr. Quinn,
Alfred Quinn.
the best of all of them.
Mr. Quinn.
They want to play. Hey.
Mom,
quiet.
do you remember any of your childhood toys that you liked when you were growing up? Your toys? You mentioned your roller skates. What else?
Yeah, we had roller skates because, like I said, we lived in an area where it had a big hill, so we could go. And if we didn't, if we saw traffic coming down, going north and south down to Pico, there was an alleyway, so we had to turn into the alley not to go another half block and run into the traffic.
cars.
So roller skating was one of our best.
I'm busy,
But
I'm
I
busy.
guess our best was playing
Baseball.
baseball in the street.
Baseball on the street.
We would play. All the neighborhood kids would get together and we'd play.
She was the best one.
Or kick the can
Well-
was another one.
Aside from your brothers and sisters, do you still have any of your childhood friends still alive?
Yeah, I don't.
No, not really, because most of them are married and moved away. But I think the only person that I could name right now would have been Raleigh Martinez.
Raleigh
We
Martinez.
went to school together from the first grade to Semel High.
He was the same grade as you?
Uh-huh.
Raleigh? Oh, I thought he was older because he was your coach.
No, he was your coach. I know,
Ah.
hot water coach.
Dad, what do you remember about your parents, Dad?
My parents,
Yeah, your mom and your dad. What do you remember about them, your youngest?
No, they're busy right now.
Growing up, what are your fondest memories growing up of your mom and your dad?
You saw Hilda.
that'd be in Mexico.
What do you remember?
I remember there used to be a river, and they would have little boats made out of from the plants, and we would get on there. We'd just go around with especially when in the winter, the water would come up on the river. The water would come up, and everybody would go and then we'd wait, so we could go and fish. To catch fish.
Would you eat the fish?
Oh yes, very good.
Good
Very
fish. Good fish. What did your mom and dad do for work, Mom?
My mom never worked that I know of, except when Lisa must have been about 10 years old. She worked at it was a big factory, and on the factory they had land and they were growing celery, and my mom worked there packing celery,
Celery. Produce.
produce.
And your dad?
A lot of women that had families going to school while they were in school, they were able to work in that factory.
What about your dad?
My dad was a mechanic. My dad never worked at a mechanic's site. He worked at home. We'd go to different homes and fix cars for friends,
Wow.
family members.
I didn't know that.
They used to call him El Maestro.
El Maestro. Dad, what do you remember about your dad when he was like here, when working here? What was he doing here when he worked here?
Back together.
Very good.
I had to change my